Langston wins a nail-biter. OLLU has a get-well game. And we got Brian Van Haaften, head coach, Dordt University Defenders. Cascade Hoops Talk starts right now. Hey, let's just get right to it. We're going to start in the Cascade Conference. LC State played Walla Walla in a league game, the only league game tonight in the Cascade. They beat Walla Walla 70-59. Alton Hamilton had his patented double-double, 20 points, 14 rebounds. Makari Morris, 13 points. So LC State, they go to 8-1. They're going to play a non-conference against Florida College over at LeGrand. I think this weekend, on Friday. And then they go back into league play against, they host Eastern and College of Idaho after that. Those will be two stiff tests. In the Red River Conference, full suite of games tonight. LSU Alexandria, they defeated Houston Tillotson 99-68. Cashy Nat, he had 12 points, 5 rebounds, and EJ McQuillan 18 points, 3 rebounds. So LSUA, they've gone to 10-1 now. They're going to host North American on Saturday. Also in the Red River Conference, Our Lady of the Lake, they fell the other night. Good get-well game tonight. Beat a good Texas A&M San Antonio team 100-72. Arthur Celestin, he had 15 points, 5 rebounds. And Brayon Powell, 16 points, 4 rebounds. Our Lady of the Lake is now 11-1, and they're going to host LSU Shreveport on Thursday. Taking a quick look at the conference. Here's the rest of the games. No surprises. Xavier won. Jarvis Christian won, LSU Alexandria and Shreveport. So checking out the standings, you can see here Our Lady of the Lake and LSU Alexandria both 7-1, Xavier 6-1, and then there's a second tier after that, all at 5-3. So here's the games for Saturday. Just a small slate, just 4 games. But for the conference race, keep an eye on that. Texas A&M, Texarkana playing Louisiana Christian. Texarkana needs to keep pace, trying to get out of that second tier into the first tier. And LSU Alexandria has to win. North American's a game they should win, but they have to keep pace with Our Lady of the Lake. Hey, let's take a couple minutes now to listen to Brian Van Haaften. He's the head men's basketball coach of the Dordt Defenders. As you know, they're 13-0. They're looking really, really tough there in the G-Pack. We took a few minutes with him today. Thank you for the time from Coach Van Haaften, and let's take a listen. Cascade Hoops Talk, this is Billy D. Hey, I got Brian Van Haaften. He's the head men's basketball coach, Dordt Defenders. Welcome, Coach. Thanks for being on the show.
Billy, thank you for inviting me on the show today. This is great.
Yeah, I was going through your background a little bit, and you've been at this coaching thing for a while. By my count, I could be off, but I think you're up around 550 wins as a college coach. The first thing I really want to ask you is, tell us what a college coach is.
Oh, great question. I kind of think a college coach is a lot of things. He's a recruiter. I think he's someone that bonds a team together, is the person you go to when things aren't going well, is someone that teaches about life a little bit. I think is somebody who, just keeps the team going. I think that, like for me right now with this team this year, I haven't done much. I just kind of sat back and let the guys go. And when they really need me, I'm ready to step in and help out.
And I did notice reading through your background, your teams are always good students. You really emphasize, the person first, the basketball player second. I noticed that really runs all through your background in your career.
Yeah, I've introduced over 140 guys on senior in my career. This
Oh,
is my
wow.
29th year as a head coach, and it's been a blessing. So some of these people are my very good friends to this day, and especially the ones who were with me at the beginning. Some of those guys are 50 years old now, and are in their high 40s, and you stay in touch with those guys. What ends up happening is one of them ends up hiring my son for a job.
Oh, wow.
Just kind of fun stuff like that, and just all kinds of fun things that have really happened. And it's happened at Dordt here as well, because I was at Buena Vista for 22 years, which is a Division III school, and been here at Dordt now for 7. And I am at 798 games coached, and so I find that I used to think, man, that you're old, and now I'm starting to think, man, this is kind of cool.
It is.
It's just, the stress level is always high, and you got to get used to that. But I don't know if you ever. I'm enjoying this season. I've enjoyed it here at Dordt as well. This is a great school where faith is really important all the way around this campus, and it is to me as well, and it is to our players. And and therefore we've had 5 years of record enrollment in a row here at Dordt, and so this place is booming right now.
Yeah, I want to ask you about Dordt, but I want to ask you the college, but I want to ask you about this team. This team, you've seen it building, as a fan. You've seen this coming for the last 2-3 years, and now guys like Bryce Kopic and Luke Rankin. These guys are seniors, and this is what makes this team so special. It seems like a special team.
It is. It's a special team because it has a lot of really good dudes on it. I mean, these guys really care about each other. These guys are roommates all the way around. Lucas Lorenzen is just a great basketball player, all the way around. He could really score in a lot of different ways. Bryce Kopic and Connor Milliken both scored over 2,000 points in high school, so they know where the basket is. They can really score. But Luke Rankin is who makes us go. He's just a fantastic passer. He's a great leader. And if you make a mistake defensively, he's going to make you pay. And he did a great job last night. Briarcliff gave us a great shot line. They just Matt Stillwell for Briarcliff at 32 and fantastic. And we just kept coming down and scoring. And then we finally got a few stops down the stretch. But, Luke Rankin with 14 points and 13 assists. And typically he doesn't get 14 points. But, he is getting 8 or 9 assists a game. And he's great in a ball screen. He's great at seeing the whole floor. And he's really great at throwing the home run pass. And he's the best point guard I've ever had.
When you look at your team, you just mentioned Luke Rankin. 2 things really pop out to me is, like you said, he has 107 assists in, 13 games. And then also, Lorenzen and Bryce Kopic, they just shoot the 3 unbelievably. They're, They're Lorenzen's at 48%, Bryce Kopic's at 46%. What do you feed these guys in the morning?
Man, these guys love to play. I mean, these 2 guys that you just mentioned, along with Milliken and Jacob Hargens and Luke Rankin, these guys are in the gym all the time. I think Bryce shoots every day. I think a couple of summers ago, he shot 65,000 shots. I'm not sure if he shot. Yeah, that's something like that. I mean, it was just a crazy amount of shots. And he just loves to play. I mean, he's an engineer as a major, and so he's always playing with his shot. He's always playing with his process, and he's very engineer-like in his thought process. And on top of that, he's a great defender. He's strong. He's tough. I love having him on this team, and he's a wonderful guy.
A few years ago, the first time I really heard about your gymnasium there, which shares my family name, always has intrigued me. But the first time I ever heard of it, Ty Hoagland, remember that guy? One night he hit a left-handed runner to win the game. You might remember that night, right at the buzzer. And I talked to him shortly after that game. And the first thing he said is, at Dordt, that place is the hardest place in America to play. First person who ever told me that. And I've asked so many coaches and players out of the GPAC specifically, where's the toughest place to play? And it's unanimously Dordt. And then I go out to Orange City last year, so I drive over there. I told everybody, I got to go over to Dordt. I got to figure this out. And I walked in it, and it's a gymnasium. Yeah, it's a little dark. It's got all the attributes that everybody tells me. But I even talked to the Oregon Tech women who came out there earlier this season, and they said the same thing. Oh, that's a hard place to play. What makes that place so hard to play in?
Man, we just have a great community. I mean, this community of Sioux Center loves Dordt basketball, both the men and the women. I mean, they're there at 5:50 for the women's game, and man, it really matters to them. And so it gets loud. I mean, it's got a ceiling that makes it loud in there.
Yeah.
And if we're making a run, and we are one of those teams this year where we have the ability to make a couple of 15-5 runs quickly. And when that happens, I mean, it gets loud in there, and our guys enjoy it. And like Ty Hoagland, he probably doesn't, although he always played well here, that sucker. So he was really good.
Yeah, but he had a knack for hitting that big shot at the end. But you mentioned Briarcliff. You go over to Sioux City, you get that big win. You're 13-0. You're undefeated so far in the GPAC. But the GPAC this season is, typically everybody's kind of bunched up. 7 or 8 teams will have almost identical records. But this season, there's a few teams kind of breaking apart a little bit. And you're really going to have to work to keep pace. I mean, you see that already, I'm sure.
Yeah. Billy, it has never been our goal to be 13-0. I don't think we ever we don't actually talk about it at all right now about what our ranking is about being 13-0. We just want to play with a great edge to us, do some really good things defensively. And we know we're going to score most of the time. We've had a couple of games this year where we haven't scored it quite like we'd like, but we know that. But yeah, there's some really good teams in this league, and Morningside and Northwestern are excellent teams.
Mm-hmm.
I think Northwestern probably has the best team I've seen them have since I've been here.
They're really good.
I haven't seen them a whole lot just because we haven't run across the same teams yet. But we did play in a tournament with them, so I did see them play one game in person. But I did see them play Dakota Wesleyan because we played them soon after that. But, I really haven't seen them play that much, but certainly we're aware of how good they are. And, I don't know. I don't think Northwestern's going to lose many games, I wouldn't think.
No, they look, right now at least, they look very, very, very good. And those 2 freshmen are unbelievable. But Alex is what makes them go. But, boy, those 2 freshmen are really good. I wanted to ask you about Dordt. One thing that I noticed going out to the schools in that area is the atmosphere is very inviting. All the schools I visited, Briarcliff, Morningside, Dordt, Northwestern, very clean, very well kept, a happy student body. I mean, you ask for directions and people are offering to walk you where you need to go. Just talk about Dordt University and what makes it special. Well,
Dordt does not apologize for faith-based religion all the way around. I mean, that's probably a bad way to say it, but excuse me. Faith is important in every aspect of Dordt University, whether it be in the dorms, whether it be in class, whether it be at the commons, whether you be in men's basketball team, whether you be on the football team. And we don't apologize. And I think people want that. Mm-hmm. I think if you take a look at what has happened in the country just in the last month and a half on who's been elected president and what people really want in this world, I think Dordt aligns with all of that. If you don't like it, you don't have to be here. But this is what we believe in. And this is a well-led institution from the president on down. And we all fall in line with it, including our students. And, we don't have people transfer out. I mean, our women's and men's team, we haven't had people transfer out. And, people like it here. And it's a very friendly campus. It's just a great place to work. It's a great place to be. people are happy. Our coaches are for each other, and our administration is for each other. And it's really a great place.
Yeah, I think I read, and correct me if I'm wrong, that I think you had record enrollment or your enrollment was way up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 years in a row.
Okay.
Yep.
And you
Yep.
you look at what's happening around the country. That's a great testament to the university.
It is. We probably took advantage of COVID. We didn't fall into the trap of thinking it was, going to end the world. Just thought, it's just another phase of life, and we're going to bounce right back quickly. And people appreciated that. And we do take faith very seriously here, as they do at Northwestern. Mm-hmm. That's why their enrollment is great as well. Concordia in our conference is one of those schools as well. And yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I think it's exciting when you see 1,600 people walking around here, and just 5 years ago it was 1,300. And you can feel the difference. You can feel the more people. Got to build more dorms. We got to do all that stuff. And
that's a good problem to have.
Yeah, yeah.
Coach, before I let you go, I got to go back to the basketball. So you're gonna before Christmas here, you've got a game with Hastings, I think this Saturday, and then you come out of holiday break and you host Doane and you go to Concordia. What do the defenders need to do over the next few weeks to keep the not so necessarily the winning streak, but to keep the momentum that you've carried so far?
We've went hard in this program since Labor Day, and I think our guys are looking forward to a little break. Mm-hmm. We're going to take about 10 days off after we play on the 14th here this Saturday. We're going to take about 12 days off and then come back on the 27th. And our guys' legs need it. Lucas Lorenzen, Bryce Kopic, Luke Rankin, Connor Milliken, Ben Fairclaw, who we haven't talked about, who is one of the best defenders in our conference. These guys need a little break. Go home to their families, spend some time with them, and just get away from basketball a little bit. And I do too. I need to do the same.
Take that break.
And, I mean, I got a little recruiting to do, but I'm also going to take just a short little trip and go and see my parents for Christmas, and all those things are important. And then we'll get back together on the 27th, and I think our legs will be back a little. The guys will be excited to see each other again, and we'll just start building again. And I don't know where this season will go for us. I think we're a team that can make the national tournament. I think we can play well in it, but we're just going to try to keep rolling and just keep trying to improve. I think that's something we talk about as well. I mean, I know that is so cliche, but it really is important. I mean, you can't just go into a season and say, hey, well, let's just roll the balls out and go. I mean, it's our job to try to keep getting a little bit better. And already we've seen some things from last night's game that we can get better. And but our guys have really accepted their roles well, and it's a great group.
Well, it's definitely an exciting team to watch. I hope I can get back with you as this GPAC season gets a little bit tighter. I think it's going to be a great race down to the end. There's definitely more we can talk about. But, Coach, I really appreciate you taking a few minutes and being on today.
You bet. Hey, Billy, I really appreciate it. And call me anytime.
That's Brian Van Haaften. He's the head men's basketball coach, Dordt Defenders. Thank you, Coach.
You bet. Thank you.
Hey, thanks a lot to Coach Van Haaften, and then also to Dordt University. Great conversation. He's a great guy. He's had a great coaching career, and, man, he's going strong right now, 13-0. I can't wait to see how that GPAC is going to wind up. Hey, let's keep going in the top 25. So Langston University tonight, they were at the College of the Ozarks, and boy, they escaped 68-67. So Amoro Lotto, he had 18 points, 4 rebounds. Jamison Epps, 20 points, 12 rebounds for a double-double. Langston goes to 9-2. A funny story about this game, I got stuck somewhere, and a buddy of mine was keeping me up to date. And Langston was up by 1. The player from College Ozarks had a short jumper right at the buzzer, a half second to go. It left his hand, and it said, live stream ended. And he called me, I can't tell you who won. So he had to wait and pull up the stats. I'm sorry. I thought that was pretty funny. He said right when the ball left the guy's hand, it said live stream ended. But Langston, I mean, I don't know if they're living right or if they're struggling, but they're 9-2. There's a lot of teams in the country that would take that. They're going to host John Brown on Saturday. John Brown is really good. Coach, you better be ready for John Brown. They'll play there at home. Anyway, they're the 1 point. They're making a living off 1 point wins right now. Okay, enough about that. So looking around the Sooner right now, Wayland Baptist, they win. Everybody who should have won. John Brown, Langston we just talked about. And so Wayland Baptist is a half game up on John Brown, a full game up on Langston, and then a second tier here with Nelson, Mid-America Christian, and Central Christian. So Saturday, there's a full slate of games. Couple of games I want to point out that could be important to the conference standings. Wayland Baptist is going to be at Science and Arts. Wayland needs to keep the pressure on everybody else. And Mid-America Christian is going to be at Oklahoma City. Both of those teams are trying to get a handle and pull themselves up in that conference. Have to keep an eye on that. Central Baptist tonight, they hosted Mission. Mission is pesky. Central Baptist won this game 100-91. They took a good lead at half. What was it? 14 points Central Baptist did. And then Mission just chipped away at it, 9-point game. Wade Williams, he went off tonight, 26 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. And Devin Foster, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. So Central Baptist, they go to 10-2. They're going to be at Harris Stowe on Saturday. A bit deeper into the conference, the American Midwest, Missouri Baptist. Boy, Missouri Baptist, they struggled out of the gate. They're playing really well right now. And then Williams Woods beat Columbia. So let's look at the standings here. Williams Woods beat Columbia. That was a huge win for them. So Central Baptist, here's the top tier, 4-1, 4-1. So it's a tight race. I love these tight conference races. Hannibal, these are the games to watch. William Woods needs to keep winning. They're gonna host Hannibal LaGrange, and then Central Baptist has to go to Harris Stowe. It's a game they should win, but again, they have to keep winning because they've got William Woods and Columbia and Missouri Baptist knocking on the door right behind them. Okay, well, that's everything that I got for tonight. Remember, I'll be on the road for the weekend for basketball, and we'll give you a full update on the weekend on Monday morning. Get out and watch some NAIA basketball. It's the truth. It is the best entertainment value in America. And take your kids and buy them some popcorn. They'll love it. This is Billy D. That's all I got. Thank you very much for supporting our podcast. Please like and subscribe. Get out to your local NAIA school because NAIA basketball is the best entertainment value in America.